Good morning, students. Welcome to Silver Bells Mansarovar Online Education. Myself, Vinod Trivedi. Today, we are going to discuss chapter number 4, Literary Heritage of India. In previous video, we discussed about introduction of the chapter, as well as also we have discussed about Vedas and Upanishad. Before start this lecture, I would like to tell you something about your new syllabus. Some chapters have been cut from your syllabus. At the end of video, I will send. There are some changes which has been come. So student, you have to consider the new syllabus. Some of our chapter already we have discussed, but they are not going to be asked in your examination. Okay, so those chapters will be asked. That chapter will be discussed in a next session overall the throughout the year. स्टूडेंट्स, कुछ जो चैप्टर्स है आपके सिलेबस में से वो कट ऑफ हो गए और मैं आपको वीडियो के अंत में एक पीडीएफ भेजूंगा, तो उसके हिसाब से आपकी तैयारी करना। आगे देखते हैं ब्राह्मणिकल लिटरेचर। आफ्टर उपनिषद, ब्राह्मणिकल लिटरेचर was also formed. Many Brahmanical epics were composed to understand the meaning of Vedic literature. Student, first of all, you must know what is epic. Okay, epic. An epic is a long narrative poem, just like Mahabharata, Ramayana. Okay, it is a long narrative poem. जो पोएम को आप गा भी सकते हैं और उसके बहुत सारे इंसिडेंट को लेके पूरी पोएम चलती होती है। सो दिस इज व्हाट एपिक। अगेन आई एम रीडिंग, मैनी ब्राह्मणिकल एपिक्स वर कंपोज टू अंडरस्टैंड द मीनिंग ऑफ वैदिक लिटरेचर. एनी क्रिटिकल एप्रिसिएशन बेस्ड ऑन वेदास composed in the poetic form are included in Brahmanical literature. Any critical appreciation doesn't mean all time critical means doing contrast, but sometime after discussion, whatever try to understand the solution, they are seen in a Brahmanical. कभी कभी वेदास को समझना बहुत कठिन था, तो ये सारी चीज़ों को पढ़ने के बाद कुछ चीज़ों में जहाँ कन्फ्यूजन रहती थी वहाँ ये ब्राह्मणिकल लिटरेचर में कम हो गई. देन वैदिक लिटरेचर एंड डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल्स रिगार्डिंग बिहेवियर हैव बीन एक्सप्लेन्ड ब्रॉडली. ओके, इन अ ब्राह्मणिकल बिहेवियर, हाउ टू लिव, okay, that are the norms and all are seen in a ब्राह्मणिकल लिटरेचर. क्योंकि वेदास में सारी चीज़ें नहीं थे, रहन सहन नहीं दिया था, तो उसके बाद जो भी मतलब कि लिटरेचर बना उसमें ये सारी चीज़ों को इंक्लूड किया गया. देन आर्यनकाज. आर्यंस यूज टू स्पेंड देयर लास्ट फेज ऑफ लाइफ इन आर्यनकाज, मेकिंग देयर आश्रम इन आर्यनकाज मीन्स फॉरेस्ट. They composed literature based on philosophy, which was the result of their deep thinking. It is known as Aryanyakas. So this is what, okay, in our culture, we have considered the life of human is almost 100 years. Okay, 1 to 25 we can say for growing and also for education. After 25 is from 26 to 50, this is a social life, and then 51 to 75, which is Vanprastha means people, they have to live in society, but even though they have to dedicate to the social things, समाज में रह के समाज की सेवा करना, वानप्रस्थ आश्रम. एंड देन रिमेनिंग ईयर्स 76 to 100 Okay, they are for totally sannyas. Okay, uh, leave everything and make or say hut in a forest and try to understand about the universe, try to understand about the thing of the god. ओके, दिस इज आर कल्चर. इसीलिए तो पहले जो किंग्स थे वो मतलब कुछ सालों के बाद अपना जो भी कामकाज था, राजपाट सब छोड़ के कोई नदी के पास जाके अपनी हट बना के वहाँ भगवान की साधना करते थे. अदरवाइज जो लास्ट जीवन है वो मोक्ष प्राप्ति के लिए वो बिताते थे. सो दिस इज व्हाट आर्यनाकास, वो सारी चीज़ें उसके एक्सपीरियंस आर रिटन इन आर्यनाकास. Then Vedangas. The Vedangas literature deals with the religious practice, rituals, grammar, astrology, and astronomy. Okay. Afterwards, Vedangas also formed in what is inside religious practice. Okay. How to live religious life, uh, regarding religious rituals. Then also grammar, astrology, and astrology, as you know, Jyotish Vidya, and astronomy. Okay, about what say moon and stars, नक्षत्र और उनकी जो पूरी रचना, अदरवाइज उनके बारे में जो स्टडी की वो एस्ट्रोनॉमी में आता है. नाउ नेक्स्ट स्टूडेंट्स वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट. Now next students, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata are two great Indian epics. As I told, what is epic? The present form of this epic can be traced back to the 2nd century. This present form of this epic can be traced back to 2nd century. The Ramayana has the story of Ramchandra, the king of Ayodhya. The Ramayana is the smaller epic than the Mahabharata. Okay, Ramayana is smaller than Mahabharata. It narrates many attractive stories of adventure. This is the I can saying that characteristic of epic. Okay, which has a adventurous story. Okay, so it narrates many attractive story of adventure. The Mahabharata is the world's largest epic. Maybe your question, okay, which is world's largest epic? So the answer is Mahabharata. The Mahabharata is the world's largest epic, has 1 lakh verses. How many verses? 1 lakh. This describes the war between Kaurava and Pandavas. Besides, it also consists of numerous stories. The Bhagavad Gita, a part of Mahabharata, expounds the deep philosophical principles. Principles means Siddhant. It conveys the message of achieving moksha or salvation through jnana, karma, and bhakti. Okay, so already in lockdown period you have seen Mahabharata and Ramayana. Okay, and you are much used to about it. I do not like to think to say many things about Mahabharata and Ramayana. Already you have seen. Okay, and this is our culture, so we are used to with the things. But one thing is you have to keep in your mind that the Bhagavad Gita is a part of Mahabharata, and actually what is inside. So deep philosophical principles. Okay, you can have solution of any kind of question. Suppose if you if you try to understand the each and every line about the what is written in Bhagavad Gita, and one the most thing is this, the essence of the life to have moksha. Okay, so how we can get the moksha which is given in Bhagavad Gita. So moksha or salvation through gyan. Okay, by gyan, by knowledge you can get the moksha. मोक्ष मतलब भगवान की प्राप्ति. कर्म, ओके, जैसे आप कर्म करोगे उसके हिसाब से आपको भगवान की प्राप्ति होगी या आपको सुख या दुख मिलेंगे. एंड भक्ति, ओके, हाउ कैन यू try to understand the God? Otherwise, what is in bhakti? Okay, you have to walk on the whatever given in our holy books. Okay, you have to walk on the principle which are written in our scriptures. Now, next one. Both the epics, the Ramayana and Mahabharata, have been influencing millions of Indians and the literature of for a long time. They have implemented motivational seeds of sanskars in the Indians. Okay, nowadays also. Okay, in this, as I told, okay, the principle of Mahabharata, the principle of Bhagavad Gita, which are which have the same values in the present era also. ओके, प्रभाव उसका जो है वो आज पूरे विश्व में है. ओके, जो रामायण महाभारत और भगवत गीता में जो चीज़ें लिखी हुई है, अगर उसका तालमेल आज की सिचुएशन से भी किया जाए तो भी वो सक्सेसफुल रहता है. ड्यूरिंग दिस पीरियड ऑफ Sanskrit literature was produced which contained a good combination religious and worldly aspect of life. The Puranas played an important role in explaining initial Vedic religion of earlier time. During this period, many scriptures, scripture मतलब धर्म ग्रंथ, and Smriti Granthas were composed. These scriptures dealt with science and philosophy. For example, Kautilya's Arthashastra is a book of management as well as book on various topics such as art, mathematics, and other science. The Smriti Granth as and explains the religious teaching, laws, and custom. Okay, so again I am telling you, Indian culture doesn't mean about only how to get the God, but in our culture everything is given, okay, about the science and all. Okay, many historians they are saying, okay, India hasn't any knowledge regarding the science, but it is a totally wrong. Okay, because in our scriptures, management, science, every kind of things already, that all things have been given. Okay, and actually what is, because of the darkened period of long years, we couldn't show, and some of them they have taken benefit of it and they have given their name on the different scientific things, which is in our books, nothing more, nothing they have invented more. I'm telling you, this is a reality. So again I'm telling you, Kautilya's Arthashastra, book of management. Okay, and in Smriti Granth what is, it explains religious thing, laws and custom. Okay, ये चीज़ करनी चाहिए, ये रॉन्ग है, सही है, मतलब रॉन्ग चीज़ क्या है, ये सारी चीज़ें हमने स्मृति ग्रंथ में से सीखी. ध्यान रखना, स्मृति ग्रंथ एक्सप्लेन व्हाट रिलीजियस टीचिंग, laws and customs. Okay, then next, earlier Buddhist literature was written in Pali. Okay, Buddhist literature which is written in Pali language. As it is divided into three sections, it is known as Tripitaka. They consist of Sukta Pitaka, then Vinaya Pitaka and Abhidaman Pitaka. Beside many other works were also composed in Buddhist literature. Gupta period was known as the golden period for the growth and development of Sanskrit poem and dramas. So which period? Gupta period was golden period for Sanskrit poems and dramas. The great writer like Kalidas, Bhavaputty, Bharvi, Bhartihari, Banbhat, Magh, and many others belong to this period. Okay, they are the well-known name. Okay, who gave their best work in Gupta period. Of this, Kalidas is known all over the world. His works Kumar Sambhavam, Raghuvansham, Meghdut, Abhigyan Sakuntalam, and Rutusambar are renowned for their best poetic and dramatic style. So at that time also we were scholar in drama and poetry also. Okay, and you may also learn the drama and poems of Kalidas and many other well-known writers and poets in your Sanskrit language also. Then Ban wrote Kadambari and Harshcharit, a biography of King Harsh. Other work of the period of Bhavbudhi's Uttar Ramcharitra, Barvis Kirataarjuniyam, Vishagavat Datta, then Mundra Raksh, Sudraksh, Mrichkatigam, and Dandi's Das Kumar Charita. The subject of this work were political events, romance, and allegories. Allegories means something expressed in poetic way, comedies, and philosophy. So, in time of the Gupta, Sanskrit literature got good development. Then next, verses were composed in earlier from Gujarati language. Now see about Gujarat. In the course of time, Gujarati language developed and many literary works were composed in it. The heritage of Gujarati literature was made prosperous by literary contribution of Narsi Mehta, Mirabai, Dayaram, Akho, Premchand, Pritam, and other who composed beautiful verses, song, garba, narrative poems, and chappas, etc. After that, the scholars like Narmad, Nawal Ram, Kishorlal Mashruwala, Pannalal Patel, Umashankar Joshi, Mahipat Ram, Ruparam, Nilkantnath, Govardhan Ram, Tripathi, and other enriched the Gujarati literature through their works. Okay, earlier time of Narsi Mehta and all. Okay, they are born as a poet. Okay, they didn't have good education also, but afterwards, a new generation. Okay, as I told, Umashankar Joshi, Pannalal Patel. Okay, they enriched Gujarati language also. Okay, students, after Gujarati language and literature, we are going to discuss about something South Indian. The four Dravidian language, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, and Malayalam, developed their own script and literature. Okay, so again I am telling you which are the four Dravidian language, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, and Malayalam. Developed their own script and literature. Tamil is the oldest of these, with its literature belonging to early century of the Christian era. So, which is oldest one? Tamil is the oldest of this literature. Okay. Then, according to tradition, three literary gatherings and sangam were held at which many sects and poets, saint means sects, poet recited their composition. They contained many themes like politics, war, and love. Okay, they included subject like politics, war, and love in their creation. The famous work of this body of literature includes Ithutokoi, composition of 8 poems. Okay, make sure that small question will be asked. Okay, how many poems are in Ithutokoi? So 8 poems. The Tolkappiyam grammar book and Pathu Patu 10 songs. Thiruvalluvar wrote the famous Kovarai, which in verse deals with many aspects of life and religion. The Silpadikaram and Mani Mekhalai are some of the most famous work of early Tamil literature. So by this way, South India, they have also given their contribution in literary heritage for India. So read it properly and try to by heart the collection of the poems and grammar book and 10 songs. That all are the things. Students, as I told, okay, I am sending you PDF about your new syllabus and all. Okay, so learn according that way. Thank you. Have a nice day.